Everyone, Christian here, and as you can see from the title, this is going to be the 2,000 subscriber video, the celebration, I guess you could say. So, kept on checking my YouTube studio thing where it shows you, all your analytics and it shows you your subscriber count. It went to 2,001 a couple days ago. Been a little bit busy here at the house, so I want to do this earlier, but I figured I'd do it now because I am going to go live later on today. I'm driving to Venice. I have a doctor's appointment that my doctor's in Venice, just has been for 15 years. So I'll be driving up there. So if you want to join me in the live stream later on today, it'll probably be like 7:30 Eastern time. So like 4:30 Pacific. Australian time is going to be somewhere between 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. depending on where you are. And in Europe, it'll be the middle of the night. But if you make it, that's awesome. That's some real dedication. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone that's subscribed over these past basically 3 years that I've been doing vlogs regularly. I have a few videos from like 2010, 2012, but they're actually for clients of mine to see, or just a video. Like my first video is actually in December of 2010, I believe. That was me. That was actually someone that was there videoing me talking to other people in the palm world. That was a Central Florida Palm and Cycad Society holiday meeting, as they call it, in 2010 in Sarasota at a guy named Rob Branch's house. Great guy, has an awesome garden. One of the first guys I met, really, because he was in Sarasota. He was a mutual friend of my mentor, and his garden has really grown to like a more legendary proportion in recent years. And if you're in Sarasota, he definitely is a very accommodating person. He loves his plants. He'll talk to you about them. He'll probably give you a tour. I'm not offering the tour, but he generally is pretty nice to those who make the trip. So especially if you're a member of the Palm Society, he's kind of really into that. So, but anyway, so like I said, I started this video. Started this YouTube channel, basically to just educate people on some palms they may not have seen before, some techniques they may not have seen before. I'm not claiming to know everything about everything, because if you act that way, then you won't learn anything new, and that's just a terrible way to go through life. And that's I'm sure there's people out there that think that way and don't think they need to learn from anyone else, and they can't be humble enough to do that. And that's, in my opinion, a bad character trait of a number of people, and they exist in the palm world and in other plant worlds as well. But I will never say that I know the right way every time, because I don't. I've learned a lot from other people about how to transplant specimen palms, which is not my specialty, and a lot about some palms from, say, Polynesia or even Australia that I haven't encountered a whole lot. And I'm not going to say just because I saw a picture of it that I know what it looks like and things like that. So do know that I have a lot of experience in the palm world, but I'm not, I won't always be right. I will try to be right as often as I can. I would not like to give misinformation, but I will also say when I think that I'm not 100% sure. So, but I know everyone that's kind of been with this channel for the past 3 years, the regular posters, and whether you're from whether you're from Australia or Israel or Kenya, California, Canada, I really appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate the comments. One thing I have been kind of not so great about is getting back the comments like right away. I tend to wait until my next video, and then because I let the comments kind of flow, and then I respond to the comments when I put the new video out. So, but going forward, I was going to ask for people who do already subscribe what they would want to see in the future. There's plenty more palms for me to vlog. It gets a little bit harder the more palms I vlog, because obviously the palms become less and less common, and I will put them up when I have the opportunity to, when I travel some more, which I hope to this summer. But if you guys want to see more technique videos, I'm happy to do that. A little bit. My back patio isn't exactly a professional garden. I don't really have that capacity at the moment, thanks to a certain person that said my my shade house blew away in Hurricane Irma. Anyway, I don't know if I think I wrote a vlog about that, but staying positive. I'd like to do a little giveaway. I don't know how many giveaways I'm going to do, but I'm going to do at least like one, maybe two, and then go from there depending on how good you guys are at identifying seed. So I'm going to put up like a half dozen seed on my Facebook page, and they're all going to have, they're just going to be like seed A, B, C, D, E, and F, let's say. And you'll get 1 point for the genus and 1 for the species. Obviously, if someone gets all 6 of them right, then you'll automatically win right away. And then I might have someone like a runner-up who is like really close. And I'm not sure how many seed. It really depends on what seed I have at the moment and how many. And but it'll be, it won't just be like a few seed. It'll be, relatively significant. And then you guys can enjoy some free seed as a result of, me hitting 2,000. So, like I said, going forward, and I know that I could take this channel in a direction that would be more like mainstream, like some intro music, maybe some intro shots. It would require a lot of editing. I am terrible with video editing. I've tried doing it. I even have my drone footage, which I wanted to put in and just dub my voice over because it is silent footage. And I figured it was going to be easy, but I don't have like a free video editor that does that, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. So if anyone has any like pointers on that, that'd be great. But I've been when I first started this vlog, I had basically just moved down to Cape Coral. I didn't have a business set up. I had to kind of set it up again from from what I had done 3 to 4 years ago, and I had gone from having building nursery, having it blowing down, and then right as that had happened, I had sort of gotten the kind of a full-time consulting job, and that ended about a year ago, maybe a little bit less, and then I'm kind of going back there and doing that, but that's not going to be a regular thing. So going forward, I'm kind of just working with consults, other consults, not real big ones, seed sales, some plant sales, and I'm working on a few other things as well outside of the plant world. So but I still dedicate myself to the YouTube channel. I enjoy doing the videos. When I get excited when I see a palm that I have not done before, whether it's rare or common, and or it's just a topic that wants to to be, that I think should be discussed, and I like sharing my opinions about that and the techniques that I've learned over the years, because when I first started getting into palms, hold on one sec. It's hard for me to go through talking so much. It's one thing you learn when you talk a lot on videos. I need some seltzer water to wash it down. But when I first was getting into palms, and I mentioned this, I had a mentor, John and Faith Bishock, and Faith is still with us, and she's a great woman. And they were teaching me things, and they, one time I'd actually asked them, like, what made you decide to kind of do this? And they weren't doing it for profit. They were just kind of growing plants because they were plant collectors. They did sell plants, but and they said that they wanted people like me to get into palms so that the next generation would also get into palms. So I'm not old enough to have like a younger generation yet, I think. There is a younger generation, but not like a full, maybe like a half generation. So that was 15 years ago. Almost to the day that I moved to Florida, April 22nd, 2004. So, I wasn't in the Palms before then, but, that's why I kind of pass this information on to you guys. Stuff like I said, stuff you guys may not know. Maybe some people out there just want to they found some seeds, on their trip to the Caribbean or to, Asia, or even to Florida. And, they want to know how to germinate them, and they kind of want to identify them and kind of see like what the different methods are, what you can do when you have some more room and the right climate, what you can do when you live in a colder climate, and just kind of hopefully just generally kind of give out as much information as I can. think it's pretty cool that I've had like very few negative comments in the section. In fact, the only time I had gotten a real negative comment that I thought was like genuine was in the Venice downtown plantings. The guy was quite upset, and he must have been like a relative of one of the people who owns the company that landscaped that place, because he just seemed really pissed off. And that's fun. That's actually what I wasn't looking to piss people off, but I was looking to, get attention to people that needed to know that if they did this, what they did was wrong. So I mean, I'll stand behind that 100%, and I'll stand behind almost everything that I have to say about palms 100%, as far as like my opinion on stuff. Like again, I'll always tell you when I'm not quite sure, and I'm not always right, but I like to think that I'm right a vast majority of the time when it comes to these vlogs, the information. And if I'm unsure, that often I'll just won't give the information, because I don't want to steer someone in the wrong direction. So, but no one's perfect, and I'm definitely not any exception to that. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to be going live later on tonight. It'll probably be relatively dark, but the fun is in the discussion. We can talk about palm related activities, PRAs. So for those, I don't know. Honestly, I can't remember if I named everybody, but I know that Bobby, who goes as Garden Keepers on here, and these are all the live streamers that I always enjoy talking to, and everybody else as well. But these are the guys that are usually on the most often. So Zach, Southern Catfish King, Daniel Emery, Bobby, who's known as Garden Keepers, David Casella, Simon, who's Toasted Up, and thanks again, Simon, for your little contribution during Christmas time. I really appreciate that. Who else is on? James goes as James Palms, who is on pretty regularly. Bobby, Boriki Bobby, as he goes. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. And geez, there's a lot of people that I am probably not remembering, because I have a camera in front of me, and I don't want to like just sit there and stall and think about people's names, but I will put them up there for sure. Also, one thing that I've also noticed has kind of spawned off, which I am totally happy with. Everyone thinks that I'm not happy about this, but this is the intention of my my channel, is both James, known as James Palms, Zach, who's Southern Catfish King, and Daniel, all have their own little doing their little mini vlogs or regular size vlogs about certain plants, whether it's palms or their area or places they visited. They're all really neat, and they're very similar to like my style. Not a lot of, I guess Zach has some editing, which I actually think is pretty cool, and I wish I knew how to do that, but I don't. It's kind of sad. But they have videos that I can't give you, because some are in Australia or in Tennessee or in Canada, or just other areas I'm not at the moment. So I guess in the comments section, if you could let me know what you would want in the future from or suggestions of what you want in the future from the palm vlogs. I'd like to kind of add another element to it. I have like techniques, and I have like palm reviews. Maybe there's something else that I can do. I thought about doing like videos with like palm, like well-known people in the palm community that may want to come on video, but the problem is I either have to do it as like a recorded stream and then do it after the fact, or as a live stream, be there in person. And I don't know if I can. I'll have to see what I can do about that. There's some guys in Florida that I can definitely, I can do that for. I haven't been traveling a whole lot lately. I've been kind of like hunkered down here, and I promise that through the World Series of Poker, which starts in late May, that I will still continue to do vlogs, because I think last year I kind of like just like I made like 2 vlogs the entire series. So I'm gonna try and get through that and do the vlogs and be able to watch because poker's on almost every night for like 5 hours. It just it's one of my other things, one of my other passions. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of other people. There's, Brandon, who goes as BL. Um, there is, I remember Stephanie Jacobs has been commenting a lot. There's a couple names that, like, East Coast Trop Escapes is on live stream a lot. And a bunch of other people that if I haven't gotten your name, I'm sorry. But like my mind, like I didn't write any, I was, as you can see, I haven't written anything down. This is not a scripted video. I'm just kind of like doing it, improv. So I think that's going to be about it. Again, thanks so much, you guys, for subscribing and watching. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to know that I'm being able to help others with questions, with, whether they have issues with their palms, whether they're starting new palms, what to grow in their area, where to find, plants or seeds, and just how to, repot, when to replant, when to repot, when plants are dying, I mean, the list can go on and on, but those are the probably most common questions. And also to tell you, one thing I think is actually pretty important is like learning what a palm is and what it's not. And that was one of my first videos. It's pretty poor quality. I might do a redo of that actually, but just knowing that, a ponytail is not a palm, it's a succulent, and a traveler's tree is not a palm. It's more, closer relation to the banana family, and yeah, stuff like that. So I might go into those, like, those families and start doing vlogs on those, and other plants as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'll let you guys go for now. Again, thanks. Look for that little challenge on it's on my Facebook page, Faulkner's Palms. So if you just go to Facebook, and you're gonna have to have Facebook to do it, just to be able to access the page. But hopefully most of you do have Facebook, and you can you'll see a picture, and I'm going to have like either numbered or lettered with pieces of paper, and you get 1 point for the genus, 1 for the species, and the person with the most points after maybe I don't know how many days I'm going to run it, but if someone gets them all correct, then I'll that person will, like I said, win right away. So I'll leave that there. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions about the challenge, or you have any comments on where you want the vlogs to go, or suggestions, leave it down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more palm videos, this is more of our just a thank you back to you guys and gals. Go ahead and subscribe, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I'll see you guys later, and gals, and have a nice day. I'll see you guys and gals tonight, again, like I said, at around 7:30 Eastern. So until then, have a good one.